Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Lizzie, and the one thing that comes to mind when thinking of PR is collaboration. If elected, I want to make sure we continue engagement with other clubs on campus or off-campus organizations, as it not only increases our club engagement, but it promotes community and diversity. I've developed a passion for graphic design and meeting new people, and as a Barrow PR chair and running the Instagram for my high school's dance team, I've learned about what it takes to engage different audiences and promote various resources to our supporters. Thank you.
I can go next. So from UFC, I've been able to create new friendships and be involved in a culture that's dear to my family and to my home. And with this in mind, I would be honored to strengthen our social media presence and our connection with other culture clubs and philo organizations through the PR position. I've always had a passion for digital media, whether it be mixing audio, creating videos, or editing photos. And with this passion, along with the major in marketing and experience in applications such as Canva and PixArt, I would effectively increase engagement for our organization in an aesthetically pleasing way. I look forward to using this position as a way to showcase the tremendous pride we have in our culture and organization during my final year at SU. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Ari. I'm a first year and I'm from Oahu, Hawaii. I'm running for the Public Relations Officer. As a board member, I'd be a great fit because I'm social, friendly, and able to work well with others. I also have experience in this type of role because in high school I was press secretary for student government. In this position, I would run the Instagram, which would help me as a PR officer as well. From volunteering from Barrio, watching it come together and becoming close with my fellow Filipinos made me want to become more involved in this club. I would love to be a representative for you all because I love our culture and I want others to love and respect it as well. Thank you for your nomination and opportunity to run.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Liniki and I want to bring the community together through active posts as well as showing off my fire campus skills. Also, keeping the bonds between all of the cultural clubs here at SU strong is something very important. I've experienced being in charge of PR for 3 previous high school clubs, and I'm able to add my own creative abilities if needed, having digitally drawn things for posts to help spice them up. I would also like to look into the unused Discord server in this following year, as I think it would be a great resource in helping connect Gen members, officers, past members, and anyone interested. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a 2-part question, so I'm going to ask the first one first. You guys can answer, and then I'll ask the second one. So, how do you plan on maintaining engagement, networking, and community on and off social media?
I'll go first. I think being on social media is a big thing, especially because we're all low-key screenagers. We are constantly on our phones checking what's up to date, so being active on the Instagram would be super important because always staying relevant in people's feeds, and especially for incoming freshmen who might be going through Instagram trying to see what clubs they want to join, being super active so that we can get all those new members.
Yeah, I can go next. So adding on to that, I also do think I agree that just being active overall on these social media is important. In addition to that, in terms of content, I would like to implement maybe a GM recap after every GM, kind of providing pictures of everyone that participated and kind of what we do, so that people know, like, hey, I was in there and I was involved in this, and like I feel proud to be a member. And so this will allow people to repost these images and overall have more engagement amongst the UFC community, as well as potential engagement from people outside of the UFC community.
I think everything that has been mentioned so far is like really great ideas. Another thing for on social media presence is by utilizing the Instagram icons more, like the post a picture or like questions. I think the Q&A was a really good idea. And then as for off social media, I think a lot of people tend to forget that PR is not just the Instagram. It's about building community outside, because you could post a picture and hope that people will show up, but if by PR, if you go to the events and you like gather up a group to join you, then that can not only promote our club to other organizations, but it helps promote diversity and community.
I think working together with the other board chairs, like the activities chair and the historian, would be really beneficial. All the pictures funneling through, like was said previous, with after general meetings or just any activity, whether it be volunteering opportunities, would be really helpful to let people know that we're a club and we're here and we're present. We're doing things every day. And for off social media, like was said prior, being able to just like talk to people and letting people know that you can go up to any Filipino and just say hi, and it'll be nice. Yeah.
Okay, so my last question for you all is, as a cultural club, we have many ties with other field orgs and other cultural clubs. How would you navigate and uphold UFC's professionalism and reputation on social media?
I could go first. That's a really good question because, I mean, social media is constantly evolving, and the only way to like really like keep professionalism is just to like learn with it and adapt. And if elected, I think one of the main things is like if I didn't know if what was appropriate to post or not, I would take that up with other board members and see their opinions on it. Just because UFC is not just UFC, we interact with like other cultural clubs on campus, and also we're a big part of NW FASA, so yeah.
Yeah, so adding on from Liz, I do agree that just being aware of the current trends and how things are going on social media are very important. In addition to that, I think just showing professional decorum through engagement with other social or cultural clubs is a really impactful way to show that not only are we involved with other organizations, but we're also kind of just keeping that relationship with them throughout the school year, not just at one time, but just whenever they post, making sure that we are communicating with them or that we are showing our love or respect for these clubs as well.
I think since we are a big club and are a role model for other people, especially like the officer takeover that happened this week, I think that's also, it's sometimes hard to be a role model for everyone around us, and just making sure that we continue to be a role model for everyone and just stay great.
I think that knowing the difference between professionalism and just like being your own private account is something really huge. Knowing the time to be silly and then not being too silly is really big, and communicating with other groups, like was said previous, and just sharing what they have to say and what they post and letting people know what they're up to is also really big. And also there's a group chat, I think, with the other cultural clubs, and I think just being really fun and joyful in there would be helpful.
Great. There's one more question. Okay. The R in PR stands for relations. What will be your approach to maintaining and fostering relationships between board members, club members, and events?
I think that the relation with the freshmen and our current Miss PR was super great this year. She helped all of the new freshmen become super welcoming, and I think that's what, as PR, I would want to do, is to make sure that we keep that relationship with the freshmen and our little oddings, and make sure that we just build a community within everyone throughout the year.
So in terms of upholding the relationship with everyone, with not only within the board and other clubs, but with our members as well, in terms of social media posts, I would want to definitely integrate not just a specific class of people that only I'm close with, but obviously everyone within the club. I think we can do this especially through big and little announcements. I think that we could promote that a little bit better, and as well as in terms of being connected with other cultural clubs, I would say that throughout my experience at Seattle, have grown close to many of the members throughout different organizations such as Hawaii Club, VSA, and other organizations. And so if I were elected with this role, I would be sure to reach out to them and collaborate with them, One specific idea I have already in mind is for AAPI. Considering that Hawaii Club has a large Filipino population, I feel like we could definitely collaborate and kind of share the Filipino upbringing and its integration into Hawaiian culture as well as Filipino culture.
Yeah, I think like doing a lot of collaborations with other cultural clubs is very important. I mean, we already see UFC collabing with a bunch of other cultural clubs on campus, and whether that be through going to their events or even just like participating or volunteering in the cultural events. I think UFC has a great presence in that, and as PR, I would definitely like to maintain that relationship with other cultural clubs, and also just try to reach out to all the freshmen, just because I know coming in as a freshman it's really hard, and just having that, knowing that there's someone out there that you can like lean on and support, or lean on and have support from, is just really important, and I think PR is like could be really strong with that.
I think sharing what others have to say, whether it be Gen members, any member, or other clubs, would be really helpful, whether it be through sharing their posts or making your own posts dedicated to specific things. And then, like I said in my speech, the Discord server, which is like kind of just collecting dust, I think that'd be really helpful in making activities to get people involved, whether it be game nights or other events.